Namaskar dosto, welcome to Deven Education Hub. Today, we are looking at the invisible forces that build the structures of our universe. Kalpana kijiye, that tiny spark that jumps from your finger to a metal doorknob in the winter. Now look at a massive thunderstorm. While they exist on completely different scales, both phenomena are driven by the exact same mechanism. To understand why, we have to look at the subatomic scale. Everything around us is made of atoms, and inside those atoms are our two main players, positively charged protons clustered in the center and negatively charged electrons orbiting around them. Notice those individual electrons. Electric charge doesn't exist as a smooth fluid, it exists in discrete countable packets. This is called the quantization of charge, written as the formula Q equals NE. You can have one electron or two, but never a fraction of one. A common question students ask right about now is, if we get a static shock, did we just create new electricity? The answer is no. The law of conservation of charge dictates that the total charge in any process is always constant. You are simply moving existing electrons from one place to another. You don't even have to touch an object to move those charges. If you bring a highly charged rod near a neutral metal sphere, the electrons inside the sphere will be pushed to the opposite side. If you connect that sphere to the Earth with a wire, a process called grounding, those fleeing electrons have an infinite reservoir to escape into, leaving the sphere with a net charge without any physical contact. So whether it's a winter doorknob shock or a city-leveling lightning strike, all static electricity is simply a temporary microscopic imbalance of these eternal particles. Shifting from theory to practice requires us to measure exactly how strong that push or pull really is. This is Coulomb's law. It calculates the exact force between 2 point charges. The most important part of the formula is the denominator, distance squared. If two charges move twice as far apart, the force between them drops by a factor of 4. To see this, look at a hydrogen atom's electron and proton. Gravity pulls their mass together, but the Coulomb force pulls their charges together. So JEE, when you compare the calculations, the electrostatic force is roughly 10 to the 39th power times stronger than gravity. That's a 1 followed by 39 zeros. On the atomic scale, gravitational attraction is completely negligible. Of course, atoms rarely exist in isolated pairs. When you have multiple charges in a system, you use the principle of superposition. You calculate the individual force vector between each pair of charges independently and add them together to find the net force. While gravity governs the orbits of massive planets and galaxies, it is Coulomb's vastly superior force that hold atoms together to form solid matter. Calculating direct particle-to-particle force across dozens of charges can get mathematically complex. To solve this, physicists use an abstraction, the electric field. It treats a single charge as if it alters the space around it, creating a map of potential force, even if no other charge is present. You might be wondering, are these electric field lines a physical reality or just mathematical imagination? They are a visual tool we use to understand the direction and strength of the force in any given space. This diagram shows the logic of those maps. Electric field lines always originate from a positive charge and flow outward to a negative charge. Where the lines are drawn closer together, the electric force in that region is stronger. When we drop an electric dipole, a pair of equal but opposite charges, into a uniform field, the field lines dictate its movement. The positive end is pulled one way, and the negative end the other, creating a torque that forces the dipole to twist until it aligns parallel with the field. By defining the force potential of a space through these field lines, physicists can calculate the trajectory of a new particle before it even enters the environment. The field makes the invisible predictable. These abstract rules are the functional core of modern industrial hardware. Take commercial xerography and digital printing. The machine uses targeted static electricity to apply a positive charge to specific areas of the paper. It then sprays negatively charged ink droplets, relying on electrostatic attraction to pull the toner into the exact shapes needed for the image. To master this chapter for your exams, you will face questions on Coulomb's law in its vector form. When tackling a previous year question, follow the exact sequence. Define your coordinate axes, establish the position vectors for each charge, and track the positive and negative signs before summing the net force. Let's lock in the core formulas.
Quantization tells us charge is counted in packets of Q equals NE. Coulomb's law gives us the force magnitude between them. We map that force as field intensity and calculate the torque applied to a dipole. These equations provide the framework for understanding the microscopic interactions, like friction, tension, and chemical bonds, that define our physical experience. दोस्तों, यदि आपको ये वीडियो उपयोगी लगा हो तो लाइक और शेयर करना ना भूलें. Make sure to subscribe to Deven Education Hub for more deep dives into physics. Keep learning, and I'll see you in the next chapter.